Hi Virgo, how are you? I hope you're alright. We are going to do something a bit different today. We're going to look at you investing in yourself, okay? I wanted to bring the focus back onto you, the viewer, just because the amount of kind of love readings I've delivered recently, it's been quite a lot. And you know, that's fine. Sometimes we readers need a bit of a break from that. Yeah, so I'm using a spread from Emerald Lotus Divination. I have a cheat sheet for it here, so you're going to see me keeping on looking over to it, because I actually don't particularly see the value in learning quirky spreads off by heart. So we're going to look at why I should invest in myself, where should I invest my energy, how should I invest in myself, what will come if I choose to invest in myself, and how this will affect my daily life. I love those two positions. Something I need to learn about investing in myself, and why I'm worthy of investment. So I'm going to get you some cards to that end, and I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, it's just an opportunity for me to do something different, for you to watch something different, and also for me to deliver a reading that's a bit shorter than usual because I've got half term. And yeah, I really do need to preserve my energy over half term, so instead of doing hour-long readings for everyone, this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to keep them under the 30-minute mark. I've just about achieved that so far. I think Leo snuck over. I'm not even really clarifying with these. I mean, I will clarify if absolutely necessary, but I haven't been needing to. I did try with Leo and I got absolutely nowhere. I tried to clarify an Ace of Wands and I got an Ace of Wands. So that's very often that is Spirit saying, nope, no more to see here. So I found that quite interesting, actually. Anyway, let's get you some cards. Virgo. I've got to get the right shuffle for you, my loves. Do take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Because I am pulling on collective energy, and it is a complete trip. It's all about your reaction to what I'm saying and your own intuition, all right? That's the most important thing here. Oh, I think we've got your shuffle. Excellent. I don't want to go. Where's that want to go? Excellent. Okay, so why should I invest in myself? The reverse Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness. So I'm a Virgo, by the way. The Wheel of Fortune has been stalking me. I'm just saying, look, we're all in it together. I don't really separate myself from the collective. I don't know how frowned upon that is, but that's how I do shit, so. Where should I invest my energy? 8 of Wands. Oh, I like that. Oh, I see the picture this is painting. How should I invest in myself? 4 of Cups reversed. Very interesting. What will come if I choose to invest in myself? Reverse 3 of Pentacles. Come on now. Ah, but yes. Okay, we'll get round to it. I get it. How will this change my daily life? Reverse Star. Something I need to learn about investing in myself. Reverse 4 of Pentacles. And why I'm worthy of investment. Reverse 7 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the Queen of Pentacles. That's kind of you, Virgo, on the bottom of the deck. It's kind of saying to me, you're there. You know, like, the real Virgo is like a buried jewel. Because often that's what bottom of the deck energy signifies. It's kind of buried. So I feel like the real you is kind of buried at the moment, Virgo. All right. Why should I invest in myself and why I'm worthy of investment? I would read these two positions together. What interesting energies. Do you know, I had this in a recent reading for you, Virgo. This idea that you are just letting life happen to you. Gosh, I don't mean to be critical. But that's what's coming through with the Wheel of Fortune, and so I have to say it. And you know, we've all found ourselves in this position. We're all human. It's human. Sometimes You're not the most active participant in your own life. And this did come through in your last reading, if I've remembered correctly, and I think I have. I mean, I don't always remember the readings, but as I am a Virgo myself, I'm pretty sure that's what came through. Oh, my cat is moidering. I'm packing to go away and she's getting in the suitcase. Anyway, you might believe in fate, you might believe in destiny, Virgo, and you might believe that your luck's just out and that there's kind of no point taking action. It feels a little bit like this is a Virgo that's a little bit in the energy of saying, well, you know, this is just my lot in life. This is just the way things are for me. This is just the way things have always been. I'm just not that lucky, or something like that. Or certainly in certain areas of your life, I think you feel like you're just not all that lucky. So I don't know what that is for you. And I could clarify. I could do a cheeky clarification, because I don't think you feel like that completely towards your whole life. It's not like some woe is me energy. All right. But there may be one particular area of your life that you feel you're not lucky in. Let me just see if I can get a card for that for you. But the universe may not play ball, you know. What particular area of life does Virgo feel they're not lucky in? The Hermit reverse, that's you. It didn't pop out, I'm not taking it. What area of life, because I just feel like there's a particular area of life you feel you're not kind of lucky in. Four of Cups, that's a repeat energy. It's a Cups card. It's emotions, it's love. You may feel that you're unlucky in love purely because that's a Cups card, but really all that Four of Cups doing here is highlighting that sense of disappointment. And you know, that you see his arms are just crossed. He's just like, well, you know, this is it. This is just my life. This is just my life. There's nothing I can do about it. And it's come out. It's not the first time it's come out, but I do feel there's a particular area of life you've sort of maybe given up on playing an active role in. Seven of Cups. It's another Cups card. I think maybe for most of you it's oh look, I have to stop. See, this is what happens when I try and clarify on these readings. I just hit a wall. These readings are not really meant to be clarified too heavily, I don't think. I think so much of this is between you and Spirit, which is what I just said to Leos, because we've got a repeat card. But we have two Cups cards. I think you feel like love is something that just happens to you, Virgo. By magic or something, I don't know, or fate or destiny. I think you feel like it's out of your hands. Yeah. Well, the way this is coming through is that the reason you should kind of invest in yourself, Virgo, and I'm not saying like invest in the idea of finding love or whatever if you do resonate with that. I am talking about investing in yourself. Because your actions make a difference, Virgo. I think you're sort of feeling a bit fed up on that your actions don't make a difference, because it you know, I just suffer with bad luck when it comes to, and I think for most of you it's love, but whatever. I just suffer from bad luck. This is my lot in life, you know, this is just what I'm destined to become. So the Wheel of Fortune often comes out when we are handing over too much power to the idea of fate, destiny. Okay? It's a co-creative process. Your life, I'm not ruling out like the ideas of fate and destiny, but you get to play a role in your life. You get to make decisions. You get to be an active participant in your own life, you know. And maybe the way you do that at the moment, Virgo, is by just going so inward, right? Because that investment in yourself, I think, is a great way for you at the moment to work with the Wheel of Fortune, work with destiny, okay? Because, you know, it's good. This Wheel of Fortune energy in a way is good, because it means you're not trying to control things that are outside of your control. I do feel that. I do feel that off of you, Virgo. I do feel that off your energy, and I think that's great. Trying to control, like, I suppose, fate and destiny, but also just other people, other things, other environments, other energies. You know, you can't control them, but you can control how much energy and love you put towards yourself. And I think, because to a certain extent, I feel I'm looking at a Virgo who has sort of relinquished control of outside events, outside energies, the actions of outside people, which is, I kind of see it as a positive. But, you know, I'm not here really to label things positive and negative, but that feels positive to me, and I suspect it feels positive to you in a way. But it's almost like you've also relinquished control to looking after your own self to a certain extent as well. So I think what's coming through here really is the idea that, sure, I can't control these outside energies, but I can control what I put towards myself, in terms of basically loving myself, looking after myself. Yeah. And I think the Seven of Swords has come out because perhaps you're in a little bit of a state of denial about how much energy you are currently putting towards yourself. You're in a little bit of a state of denial about, like, just how worthy you are. Yeah. Okay. My son's outside, he's being very noisy. So, where should I invest my energy, and how should I invest in myself? Wow. Where should I invest my energy? God, this is such an action. This is like, there's such a sense of adventure and action in this Eight of Wands. Such momentum, such movement. And it's a Wands card, so it's all about passion and verve, and I like it for you. I do feel, I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is that turning point. I do feel you've hit a bit of a turning point with taking quite radical, exciting action. Because, you know, Eight of Wands is kind of mini tower energy. It's quite radical, it's exciting, it's... And I that's why I mentioned the tower. Purely I mentioned the tower because of how radical this energy feels to me at the moment. And the tower is that radical change. Yeah. I feel like your energy needs to be invested in really taking really positive, radical actions, maybe trying things you've never tried before, Virgo. Like, there's such a sense of bravery about this Eight of Wands here. It's the craziest thing. I really like it, and I think some of you are already in this energy. Just like, you know, there's no like objective definition of what is radical, right? But something that feels radical to you. Like, for all I know, going to the cinema on your own might feel really radical to you, right? I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be different for all of you. Or like, you know, maybe because the Eight of Wands can literally be travel. And, well, we have all been quite cooped up for the last few years, so travel does feel quite radical still, I think, for some of us. So, you know, if you've been spending a lot of time in your home space, Virgo, this Eight of Wands is telling you, you know, invest your energy in like outward exploration of the world. And that's a way that you can invest in yourself. Taking opportunities. This Four of Cups has come up because with the Four of Cups, we're getting offered opportunities, but we're just not seeing them. You see, he's got his arms crossed again, same as with this other Four of Cups card. It's the and these opportunities can come in kind of from the universe, you know, Wheel of Fortune style. But we have to recognise them, and we have to be brave enough to take them. So I think there's a message here about really being brave enough to take opportunities that feel quite radical to you, and it's the type of thing that to you it feels quite brave, really getting out your comfort zone. But I think the sort of the big wide world can feel a bit scary to you sometimes here, Virgo, with this Wheel of Fortune, because it's like, because there's stuff out there that's not in your control. That's why, Virgo, with this Wheel of Fortune energy, you know, even just taking a short trip, I think maybe can feel quite daunting to you, because you're like, you know, there's so many factors in the big wide world, so much out of my control, so much that could happen. And I don't know what that's going to be, and I think therefore it's because this did come out in reverse. Just bear with us 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, it just feels like what's out there in the big wide world is like, it feels like quite a lot of opportunities for stuff to go wrong, and it's all out of your control. And you know, but I see a lot of bravery in these cards. And you know, what feels brave to you might just feel standard to someone else, you know, whatever. One step at a time, Virgo. You're alright. You're doing alright, Virgo. Oh, I like this. I'm really feeling these energies strongly for you, and I just hope I'm translating them okay, because it's kind of cool what's coming through in this reading, I've got to say. Yeah, there's a bit of being a bit scared to take a chance. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Four of Cups, turning down opportunities, possibly even not recognising opportunities. Fear of the unknown, fear of what could go wrong, fear of stuff that's out of my control. Perhaps a little bit you're feeling like the universe isn't on your side, Virgo. I do believe the universe is on your side. I always believe that, but I understand losing faith in that sometimes. It's interesting because the Eight of Wands as well is about signs from the universe and messages from the universe, as is the Wheel of Fortune. So we do have that common thread running through this energy as well. So you might be quite used to kind of working with signs from the universe and noticing signs from the universe, but they could have dropped off lately for you. And that could be a little bit why you might maybe no longer believe that the universe is this benevolent force. You know, hi Betty, can you just not show everyone your bomb, please? Yeah, you might feel like those sort of signs and signals from the universe have sort of dropped off a bit. But I definitely think new exciting opportunities are on your horizon. I think they're probably already in your energy for most of you. It's just a question of A, recognising them, and B, daring to take them. So, and you know what, I do understand why you're scared of taking them in some respects, because I am just looking over here at what will come if I choose to invest in myself. And unfortunately, what I am seeing here is there may be certain people in your friendship circle or family or just life or workplace, I don't know, who are quite invested in the Virgo who does not dare to take opportunities, who is not brave. And I think that's what's holding you back a little bit as well. I think you probably recognise, because this is what I'm seeing for you, and this often happens, you know, when we heal, when we better ourselves, or even just change ourselves in any way, which we absolutely have the right to do, by the way. Just wake up in the morning and be whoever the fuck you want to be, right? But the point is, sometimes other people in our lives can't handle it. And I do see potentially some people in your life may fall away. They may fall away because they're very invested in the old you. Probably because they have a certain power over the old you, to be fair. But also some people just don't like change, you know. They don't like to see people change. They don't like to see people grow. Perhaps it reminds them of the areas where they're not growing. Perhaps there's a bit of envy and jealousy in there. I don't know. But I am seeing potentially people or things falling away as you rise up, okay? But I think you know this anyway, and I think this is linked into your a certain reluctance to take up new opportunities, which I am seeing. So but this is how will this change my daily life? We get a major arcana card for that. That's very interesting, because major arcana cards aren't really about daily life. They're about overarching themes. But, you know, obviously having an overarching theme does then come back and infuse your daily life, doesn't it? And that's the type of thing that's happening here. Investing in yourself is going to allow you to create a kind of long-term vision and a long-term goal for yourself. That's what this star card is all about. This star pathway is your greatest desires, your greatest wishes, kind of a long-term plan that you are moving towards, a long-term goal, a long-term aim, a long-term wish that you are moving towards. And it's not just any old long-term wish, you know, it's something that speaks deep to the soul of you, Virgo. It is in reverse. I don't know if that's just because it's an incoming energy. Anything else on this star for Virgo? Why is it in reverse? A reverse King of Cups. The World. That's that goal, ambition, that long-term goal and ambition. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. I think sometimes you just might tell yourself that this long-term vision or this long-term dream that you've got is totally unrealistic. And then sometimes you might shut off your heart towards it with this reverse King of Cups. But, you know, the world's kind of popped up again next to this to kind of reassure us, really, and kind of... it's sort of saying to me, well, yes, okay, sometimes Virgo will shut their heart off towards this because it's going to feel unrealistic to them, but actually... ultimately, this long-term goal and this long-term vision is going to win. It's going to win out. I hate turning this into some sort of game, or like it feels like I'm playing top trumps or something. But, you know, we've got the World and the Star versus a King of Cups reverse. And it's like those two major arcanas win, basically. Like, when you create this long-term vision for yourself, which then informs the path that you walk, that wish upon that star, that long-term dream, it's going to drive you forward. And it's, of course, at point, you know, we all dip in and out of energies. At points, you may become disheartened. At points, you may shut down your heart and just be like, well, it was a ridiculous idea anyway. But just with, I see you negotiating that feeling and getting back on path. What, you know, once you have invested in yourself with taking brave actions. So it's almost like over here, these actions feel a little bit smaller, and it's like they build confidence. These actions here build confidence in you. This is just taking kind of, I mean, they might not seem small to you, but in the grand scheme of things, they are like small risks. This is taking small risks, taking small opportunities, and then it sort of gives you then that investment in yourself gives you the confidence to invest in a more long-term overarching theme, overarching plan. And then that bounces back into your daily life of giving you that focus. But a little bit the way it bounces back into your daily life is that sometimes I see that you are telling yourself, Virgo, that you're just being unrealistic and ridiculous and silly. So just be aware of that when you get those feelings. Just be aware of how we all dip in and out of energies, and it's not permanent. Okay, and you'll get back on path. You'll get back inspired. And sometimes when you bounce off that path a little bit and you close your heart off to it a little bit, it's actually because some adjustments do need to be made to what that star is, what that long-term goal is, you know. So just bear that in mind. I love it. I love this reading for you. Okay, and this is something I need to learn about investing in myself. Oh, isn't that interesting? We've got, that's very interesting. I am actually getting the sense here that you are quite reluctant to spend money on yourself, Virgo. And obviously I don't know jack shit about your own personal finances and stuff, but if there is a bit of money you can free up to spend towards yourself, I just think, I get the feeling, Virgo, you view it as selfish or something, you know, to spend money on yourself. And in a sense, yes, it is literally selfish, but like, you know, this is where I go on some rants about the meaning of the word selfish. Like, in terms of taking that word very literally, I mean, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with, because it does to me mean investing in yourself. But anyway, semantics aside, it's like there's something negative associated with pouring that money into yourself. And it doesn't have to be money, but I think for a lot of you it is. I think for a lot of you are reluctant to spend that money on yourself. And I know, like, at the moment, especially if you're in the, well, I don't know, probably wherever you are actually, but I know it's not always easy to actually find the money to spend on yourself. So obviously I'm not going to just flippantly sit here and say, yeah, spend money on yourself, because it's not that easy. I know that. But if it's the actual feelings that are getting in the way, the actual, like, oh no, it's so wrong for me to put money towards myself, it's just so selfish and wrong and negative, then that's something interesting that you can look at, which you're being pointed towards. But this card, you know, I mean, Pentacles isn't just about money, it is about time and effort. And there's a reluctance here to put that time and effort into yourself. And it comes back to some sort of feeling of selfishness or something like that. So we have identified some other barriers, which is, you know, the idea that certain friends might fall away, and just the idea of it feeling a bit scary and not having that much trust in the universe. And that does all tie into this energy of being reluctant to put time and effort towards ourselves. But there's also some sort of conditioning or patterning here that I'm seeing that says, no, Virgo, you shouldn't do that. That's self-indulgent. It's almost like doing the most basic things for yourself, you know, to keep yourself healthy and happy. Somehow you've labelled that as self-indulgent or something. Yeah, I mean, you know, you are a very giving sign. You are a sign of service. And I think sometimes, Virgo, you forget to put yourself first. You find it very easy to put other people first. And I will say that might be part of the reason why some of these friends might fall away, because I do wonder if there is some people in your energy that really do benefit from that aspect of your personality, Virgo, where you are so giving and perhaps overgive to situations sometimes. But yeah, to me this card is a reminder that, you know, you are worth investing in. You are worth investing in. And actually, just coming back to this position as well, why I'm worthy of investment, I do think this might represent like the energy of other people who are quite happy for you to stay and quite happy to sort of deceive you into thinking that investing in yourself is bad or something like that. Make sense of it how you will. There's that sort of energy surrounding this situation that's coming through. So yeah, did that make sense? I hope so. It's nice little cards, nice interesting things that have been thrown up for you to think about. So Yeah, I hope you feel like you've got something out of this reading. Let me know in the comments. Give it a like if you like it, and if you like the way I read and you've not subscribed already, please do so. It will help me pick up on your energy for next time. I am going to leave it there. 2 weeks time you will get a more in-depth reading. It'll probably be a Celtic cross. Look out for all signs readings in the meantime, which is just 5 to 10 minutes per sign, so that will give you a quick energy check-in. Oh, I'm struggling to leave these cards behind because I find it difficult to not dig and dig and dig and be nosy, but I must limit my own energy. And I think I've given you a lot of food for thought, and a lot of what's underneath these energies is so, so between you and spirit as well anyway. So you're all good, Virgo. Thanks for being here. I've really enjoyed doing this reading for you, and I will see you next time. Bye.